They bought rain jackets for a car ride, then safety goggles, then a second set of towels kept permanently in the trunk. Most people ask why. Lauren and Claire just say, "You haven't met Duke yet." Nobody told Lauren and Claire what living with a 200-pound English Mastiff would actually look like. They had done their research. They had watched the videos, read the forums, measured the back seat of Lauren's SUV to confirm he would fit. They had prepared carefully, budgeted for the food, found a vet who specialized in giant breeds, and stocked the apartment with enough supplies to suggest they had genuinely thought this through. They had a plan. The plan lasted approximately 4 days. By day 5, the plan was gone, the back seat was his, and Lauren and Claire had accepted, without any formal discussion, that their lives now belonged to a dog named Duke who weighed more than both of them combined and had absolutely no intention of pretending otherwise. That was 18 months ago. The rain jackets were purchased on month 2. Lauren was 28 and Claire was 26 when they decided to get a dog together. They had been sharing an apartment for 3 years, splitting rent, splitting groceries, splitting the quiet evenings that sometimes felt a little too quiet. A dog, they agreed, would fix the quiet. What they did not agree on, because neither of them saw it coming, was that the dog would also fix the back seat situation, the couch situation, the bathroom situation, and their entire understanding of who was actually in charge of the household going forward. They would learn this gradually, and with a great deal of drool. Duke arrived at 9 weeks old, a wrinkled fawn puppy small enough to carry in one arm. Lauren carried him from the car to the apartment on that first day. Claire took a photograph of this specific moment because she knew, even then, that it would be the last time anyone carried Duke anywhere. She was right. By 4 months, Duke weighed 60 pounds. By 7 months, 112. By his first birthday, he had reached 194 pounds, and the concept of the back seat had become something Lauren and Claire discussed only in the past tense. It started on a Tuesday afternoon in March. Lauren had taken Duke to the vet for his 6-month checkup. On the way home, she stopped at a drive-thru. When she pulled back onto the road, she heard a sound from behind her, a low, deliberate shifting of considerable weight, and then, before she could react, 200 pounds of English Mastiff climbed directly over the center console and settled into the passenger seat with the calm finality of a dog who has made a permanent decision and does not expect to be challenged on it. Lauren pulled over. She looked at Duke. Duke looked at the road ahead, entirely unbothered. She drove home with Duke in the passenger seat. She told Claire about it that evening. Claire said that was probably fine, just this once. It was not just once. Nothing was ever just once with Duke. That was one of the first real lessons they learned, and they learned it quickly. Still watching but haven't subscribed yet? That honestly stings a little. Hit subscribe now. You need to see where this goes. The rain jackets came after what Lauren and Claire now refer to simply as the incident. Duke had been drinking from a large, flat water bowl kept between the rear seats, a system developed after several failed experiments with smaller bowls. What they had not accounted for was what would happen when Duke, mid-drink and apparently satisfied, decided to shake his head with full, unrestrained enthusiasm. The interior of Lauren's SUV was soaked in under 4 seconds. Every surface, both windows, Lauren's hair. Claire, who had been sitting in the back and therefore closest to the event, described it afterward as being in the front row of something she had not purchased tickets for. The following week, they ordered the rain jackets, then the safety goggles, then the dedicated towels kept in the trunk for post-Duke situations. They began preparing for car rides the way experienced hikers prepare for unpredictable weather, systematically, without complaint, and with the quiet understanding that preparation only gets you so far. This became their normal. It is still their normal today.
Here is something nobody warns you about when you adopt an English Mastiff. The breed is one of the oldest in recorded history. Roman soldiers encountered them in Britain and brought them back to Rome, struck by their size and composure. They were bred to be immovable, to hold their ground without flinching, to assess a situation and simply decide how it would go. Duke assessed every situation. He always decided. Lauren and Claire were occasionally consulted as a courtesy, but the decisions had already been made long before anyone asked. The drool was its own full category of adjustment. Duke produced drool the way large weather systems produce rain, consistently, abundantly, and without concern for timing or location. Lauren had developed the ability to identify the specific sound preceding an incoming drool event and had acquired a reflexive flinch she could no longer suppress even in unrelated situations. Claire had stopped wearing anything she was not prepared to immediately launder. Together, they had replaced the car's floor mats 4 times in 18 months and stopped counting the towels entirely. Do you think there's a point where a dog stops being a pet and simply becomes part of who you are? Tell me in the comments. But here is the thing about Duke that neither Lauren nor Claire had anticipated, and neither of them can fully explain. On the evenings when Lauren came home tired in the particular way that has nothing to do with physical exhaustion, the specific, settled weight of a hard week, a difficult conversation, the kind of day that follows you through the front door, Duke always knew. He would walk to her slowly, lower his enormous body onto the floor beside her, and rest his massive head on her knee, with the quiet steadiness of a dog who has decided that simply being present is the most important thing. On the nights when Claire couldn't sleep, Duke would leave his orthopedic bed and lie down just outside her bedroom door, not scratching, not making noise, just there. A 200-pound presence in the hallway that somehow made the apartment feel less large and the night feel considerably less long. They had bought him to fix the quiet. He fixed something they hadn't thought to name. Today, Lauren and Claire keep the rain jackets on a hook by the front door. Not just for the car, there's one in the entryway, one on the kitchen chair, and one permanently on the back of the bathroom door for reasons requiring no further explanation. Duke still rides in the passenger seat on every single trip. He watches drive-through workers with the focused attention of someone maintaining a detailed internal record, which he absolutely is. The couch is his. The bathroom door is a suggestion he does not feel obligated to respect. Lauren and Claire buy food in quantities that surprise cashiers, and they have both stopped explaining Duke to people who haven't met him, because no explanation lands until someone sees him in person, sitting in the passenger seat, goggles on, looking like exactly what he is. 200 pounds of dog who decided 18 months ago how this was all going to go. He was right. He is always right. Lauren and Claire accepted this somewhere around month 3 and have been considerably happier since. Some dogs fit nicely into your life. Others take it over completely and leave you genuinely unable to remember how you ever filled the space before they arrived.